Hi, this is Craig Plants with Resident Realty, and thank you for coming back to our vlog. Right now, I'll give you a couple of numbers. This is going to be a little longer vlog this time because we have several items to discuss, and I am going to go over a few things in a couple of different phases. Did want to bring up that we had just gone over 25,000 subscriptions. So a lot of real estate agents in Colorado and affiliated business providers seem to be watching these and getting some information through these videos. Resident Realty has just gone over 350 agents in Colorado, and we're pretty excited about that. Our growth rate is going well, and as you may know, we charge agents $50 a month and $300 per closed transaction, and we have no other fees whatsoever that we charge agents. So you can get all the information about that as well as signing up for our vlog at joinresidentrealty.com. Today I want to talk about the state of the MLS situation. As I told you in our last video that there was a meeting earlier in this week down in Denver, about 30 brokers who have varying sizes of companies that have interest in this MLS situation and the data sharing. I can tell you from that meeting there were no MLSs or associations invited. It was just brokers. However, many of those that attended are broker owners, but then they sit on boards or committees or for the associations or the MLSs. So they're still very well represented in those meetings. Through that conversation, they actually presented to us a couple of programs. One we've talked about before, the Upstream program, which looks like it is very close to fruition. This year, they'll start in some markets, do some, they called alpha and beta testing in some different markets. And it is really, most simply put, it is a method of entering data and then transferring the data from that method, from that first entry point, which is what Upstream is. And then it'll disseminate from there to wherever the brokers want it, whether that's to the MLSs, to Zillow, to whatever different avenues they want, including what fields they want. So it was quite interesting, very good presentation. Looks like something that is coming to fruition sooner rather than later. Maybe a solution to everything that we're thinking about, but the Upstream program is backed by some major players nationwide, very large brokerages, including some here in Colorado. So it was nice to see that. The company that came out and demonstrated is a company called RPR. They have another product, and what that product is basically a sharing product for realtors, for those that are association members, and they have something like 670 of the 711 total MLSs in the country have signed up for that. But again, that's only for realtor members, so it does not actually help for the entire MLS solution in Colorado, since we live in a little different landscape here where both realtors and non-realtors have access to that data. Still, both very interesting. It's nice to see groups trying to move forward and create a better solution for the real estate industry here in Colorado. And it looks like some of these things may actually have some good value to them as it goes down the road. Now, then we've also all been seeing these emails, and the emails from the company T3, which is I don't know, a mediation company, a consulting company, and they're advising the two MLSs, RE Colorado and Iris, on how to come to a solution. I find it a little funny because these two entities involved in the original dispute, RE Colorado starting the original dispute by trying to purchase Iris and then getting rid of the data sharing, and now they bring in a mediator to help them mediate their issues. And in the meantime, those that are most affected by this, they're asking just to sit back and let them solve the problem. I find it just very shocking to me that they wouldn't want the input from those that they're impacting, who pay for their services, to help them to solve the problem. But no, they want to send us emails and tell us to quit posting things on Facebook and we're not being helpful. Let them go ahead and solve the problem. And so I've been thinking about this a little more. So let's say, and this is the way it is right now, some of our agents and our managing broker are realtor members of associations. And as a member of association, if they decide one of their agents wants to be a member of another association, they give them an affiliate membership. Now that managing broker doesn't have to pay for every single association. They just pay for their original and then their affiliate member to others. Well, why wouldn't the exact same entities operate the exact same way with the entities they own that serve real estate agents? More meaning, why wouldn't these boards just say, we're going to do affiliate memberships for MLSs, if nothing else, until we reach a solution for a one entry system for the Front Range? It doesn't make any sense. It's schizophrenic. On one hand, they want to bump up and make it look like they have as many realtor members as possible, so they give these affiliate agreements without charge. And that way, companies like mine can have membership in multiple different associations. But yet when it comes to this MLS, the thing that we actually use for our business that helps us to make money, they want to get territorial. So it's hypocritical, it's irrational, doesn't make any sense at all. And it made me to really start thinking about this whole system. So they're going to negotiate two MLSs how to best serve a market. And to me, that seems even more so now. They want us to stay out of it based on the email sent from T3, but it seems like it's colluding. So they're going to collude, or they're going to get together, decide how they're going to serve the market together, but we're the market. So are they trying to create a monopoly? Are the associations trying to create a monopoly with their MLSs? I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Is that an antitrust violation? I don't know if it's a violation of the Robinson-Patman Act or the Sherman Antitrust Act. I don't know if it's borders on price fixing. But when you look at it from the point of view of the consumer who uses the service, and then they want us to stay out of it until they solve the problem. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an attorney, but it doesn't seem right to me that everybody is not represented in this conversation who's utilizing the services. So even more importantly, all of the discussions that are going on, you'll notice they're all realtor-based discussions. Now, I'm not advocating for or against being a member of a board. What I'm saying is, in a pragmatic market that we're in right now, where we have non-realtors and realtors that have access to the MLS and utilize it for their business, and they should all have some type of representation. I don't see any representation whatsoever for the non-real estate agent who is paying services. Realtors want non-real estate agents to sell their listings, and realtors want to sell non-real estate agents listings in our markets as they flip. Right now we're in a very hot seller's market, and so any listing that comes up, you want to be able to show it to your clients. So this whole method where they're trying to decide between them doesn't make any sense when there's more factions than just realtors. And the difference is they own the MLS. The realtor associations own the MLS. They work with each other on one hand with respect to their memberships to their associations, and they won't work with each other with respect to the MLSs, because that's where they think they can, in my mind, that's where they think they can drive a wedge and maybe increase their membership. So I think if this ever got looked at by people outside of our industry, we don't want the state of Colorado to have to come in and fix this, because it's not going to turn out well for anybody. I think we need a voice for everybody involved, because that's the market we're in right now, where everybody involved, realtors and non-realtors, have access to this data. I think if T3, as they advise their realtor clients and their association clients who own the MLSs, I think if they let them know, if they acted the same towards their association members joining multiple associations, until they find a problem, they should implement acting the same for their subscribers to their MLSs utilizing the MLSs across the Front Range. It seems like a simple solution until an actual solution comes, a permanent solution comes as a one-entry system where everybody's represented in the transaction. But I'll tell you, as this gets deeper and deeper and these MLSs start telling us things through the emails that they sent us, it seems to me that we're going to go down the same path that we did in 1997, 98, 99. And there's not going to be any real solution until the associations no longer own the local MLS in Colorado. It's different in other states, but in Colorado, you could be a realtor or a non-realtor and still have access to the MLS. Either that has to change or the other way around. They, as associations, have to recognize all of us. To that end, I actually think that somebody should start a group that is a independent agent represented group that has a voice. Create an organization to do that. It's something I'm going to start exploring. I'm going to look into creating that type of an organization. I'm going to talk to a couple of attorneys about creating a board for that and letting these non-realtors have their own voice, their own collective voice to add to these types of conversations. So that's my take on it today. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers. I look forward to speaking to you again on the 18th of April. And until then, have a great day.